Hi friends, this video is from interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. In this video I'm going to talk about two basic Spring Framework interview questions. What are object relational mapping integration module in Spring? Spring also supports for using an object relational mapping tool over straight JDBC. You can either use straightforward JDBC, Spring's JDBC support, as well as you can also use ORM module. Spring provides support to tie into several popular ORM frameworks like including Hibernate, JDO, Hibatis. Spring's transaction management supports each of these ORM frameworks as well as JDBC. So here is your application. You can use Spring's JDBC support directly with the database, or from your application you can also use Spring ORM module where internally it will interact with the Hibernate to provide the support. So what happens is my application Spring wrapper classes plus Hibernate, it will interact with the database. So I would say Spring has done a lot of things in the transaction management layer, and it has also written a lot of wrapper classes to provide supporting for all these ORMs like Hibernate, JDO. What is a Spring Web module? This module is built on the application context module on top of the application context module, providing a context that is appropriate for web-based applications, not for standalone. It is for web-based applications. This module also contains support for several web-oriented tasks such as transparently handling multiple requests for file uploading and programmatic binding of request parameters to bind the business objects. It also contains integration support with Jakarta studs. So whenever, for example, whenever an HTTP request hits your server, so Spring internally parses that HTTP request, gets some data, and it will push in your business object. So you don't have to usually before Spring Web module, what used to happen is, so programmer used to fetch the HTTP request and response, and he will fetch all the data, and he will try to use in the business object. But now it's like binding between the HTTP request and the business objects are done already by Spring, and also it supports session attributes, so it maintains internally the session attributes. So it does a lot of supports in Spring Web module. Hope these two questions are useful. Thank you and all the best.